Wyndham, and I went to the music concert on Thursday at Moody Hall, and I listened to the Huxford Symphony Orchestra play from 7:30 to 9:30. Um, and I've never been to anything like that before, so it was like pretty interesting. So the first song was by student conductor Anthony. It was pretty slow throughout the whole song for the most part. It sped up a little bit, but still played pretty slow. There was violins, the string instruments were in the front, the trombones and trumpets were in the back. It was, like I said, quiet, and it was pretty light, I feel like, for the whole thing. And then it got very quiet, and then only one of the string instruments played, and then the percussion came in towards the end. The conductor was like very enthusiastic, and that ended around 7:45. And then the second one, a special guest came in. He played the second and third song. His name was Alexander, and the violins soloed it, and then Alexander was like the solo, and the rest of the group kind of was like the background noise. The guy had a solo, the string instruments come in. It was very peaceful and calm throughout the whole thing. And then that ended around 8:10. And the second one started about 8:30. And it was soloed by Alexander again. I feel like it was pretty similar to the second one. Very slow, discreet playing. It was very close. Like, I feel like everything was like kind of playing and like had like a reason why it was playing. Like, I don't know, like close to detail in a way. I don't really know if that makes sense, but like, it's kind of how I thought of it. And then it took a huge pause before the ending, and then it ended. So that was around 8:35. So Alexander did the first or the second and third one, and then there was a 10-minute intermission, and then the last one, the last song was like 4 or 5 parts, and it basically just like told a story about a friend, and that she like never talked to him again, and the symphony is dedicated to that story. It had a really slow intro. Um, the sh- it was slow, very quiet, almost silent, and the violins come in, and slowly gets louder, and the cellos and the bass came in. It ramps up and it gets very loud, and the violins play really fast. It had a brief pause, and then it starts back up at the beginning. But no one clapped during that pause. And then at 9:20, they started playing the third part, and then the violins used their fingers. And then at 9:26, they pause, and then they get really, really loud. Um, and then at the end, they were very loud, and you can hear the trombones. They played 3 very loud portions, and then they played very quiet tones at the end, and then it ended around 9:34. It's something like I've never been to. Like I said, it was really cool, and like seeing like all these different the 4 songs played, I guess. I don't know about their songs, but yeah, whatever. The 4 different things played. It was really cool. But yeah, overall it was fun.